This series is intended for mature audiences. Welcome to the Weird West. Let us tell y'all a story.
Our scene opens a little while after nightfall. We see a two-horse carriage stopping in the middle of a thoroughfare. The driver steps down and opens the carriage door, holding out an arm for the rider to use as a bit of a railing to step out of the carriage itself. Katie, who do we see stepping out of this carriage?
Well, you see Willie T. Colestock, now famously of Colestock and Ward, and most notably the Fixer Elixir. It'll fix you right up. And she is a little bit less disheveled than she was before, but not much. And she's got a big old bright smile on her face, and she steps out of the carriage and takes a big old deep breath.
And as you're doing so, a loud, shrieking scream pierces the night air. And your head snaps to look deeper down the thoroughfare, where you can just barely see a woman that has been shoved over a balcony railing, screaming, holding on for dear life. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm going to shout, "Hey!" and I'm going to go try to help her.
All right, you take off running in that direction. Now, everyone, we're going to draw some action cards. In this first round of combat, we have Jesse Richards with a 10. We have Maisie, with a queen. I already see what's happening here. The cards are like, fuck you! We have Finley with a fucking king! What the hell? Okay. We have Willie with a 10. We have Luther with a 10. What the fuck? Get all your good luck out now, everyone. We have Victoria Glass with a king. Statistically,
the next draw is going to be really disappointing.
Statistically, the next draw is going to be real bad, and it's the enemy. With an 8, not bad, but considering, still pretty shitty, but...
Who shuffled these cards? I need to have a word with them.
I did, many times. But I'm okay with this. We're gonna get your good luck out of the way now. It's gonna be fine. So, I have something to share with you all before diving into this combat round. You have 3 rounds before whatever this thing is gets away. You also have 3 rounds before Regina, the mayor, falls off the railing. Make your decisions wisely. So, round number 1, let's see here. We have so many freaking kings and 10s. Combat order: Victoria, Finley, Maisie, Jesse, Willie, Luther, and the enemy. So, as soon as all of this is happening, Willie, you're beginning to run down the thoroughfare towards this screaming. Your eyes were up at the woman, but as you're looking down, you're seeing familiar figures kind of sprinting in this direction as well, as this chaos is unleashing. Victoria runs forward, looks up, sees this woman, hanging, holding on to the railing of this upper story, and immediately darts for the front door. She slams into it, opens the door, pushes it open, and disappears inside. Finley, what would you like to do?
There's 2 sides of me that wants to do each of the things, and I feel like I should do the good person thing and go save the mayor. So I'll go run upstairs after Victoria. So I feel like that's just like waiting down and waiting for the fall is probably not the best idea. So I'll run upstairs and see if I can get to the area. I'll also draw a weapon so that way I have something if I see this creature upstairs with us.
Okay. Yeah, I think Victoria, the door bursts open, Victoria comes in, you come in right after, and I think the two of you stop like side by side, kind of. There's a scene where you look at each other and then both of you bring up your weapons at the same time and begin rushing up these stairs. Okay, Maisie, what would you like to do?
Maisie will grab her knife and ready her knife, and she is booking it for the suspicious individual.
Okay, so you saw this shape, this form that was standing over Regina back up and go back like into the house itself.
Yeah.
So are you...
She'd be running in and to upstairs where she saw that figure like retreat into.
Okay, so you rush in. Let me have you make a notice roll.
Okay. 15?
Okay, so you're rushing up. You look up, you see Finley and Victoria rushing up the staircase, weapons drawn, kind of aiming up, watching, what they're moving into. And your eyes fall on the stair railing, where you see a little piece of the railing itself is kind of like pushed in. A little of the wood is splintered, almost as if someone or something like vaulted over it. And I'll say with that, you have a feeling whatever this is, it's not upstairs anymore.
I'm not going upstairs then. I'm
Okay.
going to start looking down around here. Real slow-like. And
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, looking around. Jesse, what would you like to do?
Jesse, so with Regina hanging on the railing, if Jesse were to run over and just say, drop, and try, if anything, I would be able to break her fall if I can't catch her. But my aim is to catch her first, and then, if not, just break her fall so she doesn't get injured.
Okay, I will say you will both be injured by that, but it would lessen the wounds you would each take.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Willie, I hope you have some of that healing salve on you.
As a matter of fact, I do, but if you recall, it's proprietary.
All right. Willie, what would you like to do? As you're approaching, you've seen multiple people slam into the house. You see Jesse standing, holding his arms out, ready to catch the woman. What would you like to do?
Is there anything around that, like, could help lessen her fall? Like a horse trough full of water or something like that I could pull over?
You know what? I'll say you're looking, you're trying to find something.
Or an awning or something?
I think the thing that would help the most that you're seeing in this general area is the carriage that you came in on.
Oh, okay. But am I still I'm still with my carriage, right?
You were kind of rushing forward, but you do have the driver there, like kind of stepping up, getting back to begin to leave.
Okay, I'm
could
gonna shout for him to have the horse, like maybe even have the horse get under her so she could fall onto the horse with assistance from Jesse and I.
Okay, what would you like to roll for this?
Let's see.
Because I could see any sort of like persuasion thing. I could also see like any sort of animal handling thing as well. What would you prefer?
I think maybe persuasion, because I'm like trying to get the rider or the carriage driver to get the horse in the exact right position and do it fast.
Sure, let's roll persuasion.
All right. Can I still use a Benny if I roll double ones?
Not in this game.
That's what I thought. I
So-
thought not.
so
I'm a
knowing-
little rusty.
Knowing it's a critical failure, what do you shout to the man?
I shout, "Hey, hey, Joaquin! You know that time we went to that show and there was that acrobat and she did that flip and she came around and then she landed perfectly on the horse? Well, oh, too late."
Yeah, I think you hear him mumble like, "Why does something crazy always happen when I let you in my carriage?" And they're just beginning to ride away. Amazing. Would you like to get any closer?
Yes.
All right, yeah. So you're like, give up on that as you see the carriage
I'll
riding
try
away.
to I'll try to help Jesse catch her since I failed in my persuasion.
Perfect. Jesse, you are looking up, your focus is up, and then you feel just somebody get close to you. And you look over, and it's Willie.
Howdy, partner.
I think that is the actual thing that will probably, she probably lets go, like Regina probably lets go, like while I'm looking at Willie, and because I'm like, Willie, and like then like you just see Regina like fall onto me.
Well, we still have 2 rounds.
Oh, right, okay,
Yeah.
then never mind. I'm gonna be like, Willie, oh man, everybody just keeps arriving in my town. What is going on here?
Well, I'm sorry if I'm not wanted. I can hightail it out.
No. You're definitely wanted. You and everybody else just arrived today, and I can't make sense of it. But I'm glad you're here.
Well, that is quite unusual. It seems we have a situation, though, so perhaps we could talk about it at a better time.
Absolutely.
And as that
I
is
see
said,
your
the
mustache is growing in real nice, though.
It like slight focus on the mustache and then zooms over to Luther. What would you like to do?
So, I don't know that whatever was on the balcony area is not upstairs. So, I'm going to climb up the balcony in a creepy fashion, like there's a wire pulling me up, so I'm doing that kind of like thing. And just climb up there and look around and see what I find. I'm assuming I have to make an athletics roll for that.
Yes, please.
Okay, here we go. Double ones.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm totally serious. I had a D8 as my
All our good
athletics.
luck ran out.
Yep,
So
there it goes.
you rush over to a good place of the building to climb, but the moment that you get like 2 strides and you glance over and you fucking see Jesse talking to Willie, and you're like, Willie, what do you... There's this moment of like, wait a minute, and you just completely lose your grip.
I
And
do that thing like a cat that like is crawling up a thing and then just
yes, I would like for you to make a notice roll for me. Yeah, you burnt all your luck on the cards and then proceeded to roll critical failures.
Yeah, well, I got a 3 and a 2, so I didn't notice anything either. So.
Okay. All right. Amazing. It is the enemy's turn. For reasons, Maisie, I would like for you to make a notice roll.
Gee, I wonder what reasons these could possibly be.
Totally innocent ones.
11?
Oh my god!
What?
I just rolled a critical failure.
Maisie's still doing good.
I mean, I rolled an 11, which is 2 ones next to each other.
I have a D10 in stealth. And I rolled a critical failure.
It's gonna be one of those nights.
Oh no, I'm afraid of when mine's coming up, y'all.
So what happens is, Maisie, you are standing there, you know you don't want to go upstairs, and you're just beginning to look around. You're tense, you know something or someone is down here with you, you're holding your knife, and then you see movement. It looks like at first it was going to be quick and quiet out the back door of this place, but you see as it moves forward, it slams into the side of this like almost like metal baskets just holding a few things, and it slams into that. Everything begins toppling out of it, and your eyes dart over. You see this creature in front of you. You see broad shoulders. You see it looks like a bear at first, standing on its hind legs, thick fur, matted, dirty, a slightly hunched back, broad shoulders and arms that come out with large hands and claws at the end of each finger. As it makes this noise, it turns to look at you, and you see a wolf-like face with intelligent eyes. And I'm going to need you to make a fear check from seeing this. This is going to be a spirit roll. You're at a -2 penalty.
So with the -2 penalty, that's an 8.
Okay. You are not at all afraid of this thing.
Maisie's seen some things.
Maisie has seen some things. Maisie basically died. Like, let's just
Yeah, let's just be completely transparent
Maisie
about
was
that.
almost a zombie, so
But you see it like glances back at you, snarls slightly, and then still pushes to move forward and is like sprinting towards the back door. That was the first round of combat. Now, we will enter the second. With Jesse, with a fucking king. Maisie, with a jack. I am done. What the fuck is this? Finley, with a 3. That's better.
Oh, I'm spending a Benny on that one.
Okay. All right. Keeping it in order. Willie, with a 9. Luther, with a 2.
okay. I have quick draw, so I'm gonna draw 2 extra cards with a Benny spend.
Okay. 2 extra cards, a jack, and a 4. So you want to
I'll
take
take
that
the jack, please.
Great. And that spent a Benny. Okay. We have Victoria Glass with a 9. And we have the werewolf with an ace. That's better. And then
Boo.
we have the Finley redraw with a 4. That's literally one better than Alright, so with the wolf's turn being first, Maisie, you just watch it move with this insane speed out the back door. You hear the back door slam and you just hear paws, like starting to slam into the earth. Jesse, what would you like to do?
I would like to catch Regina. I think I'm still focused on getting Regina down. Wait, can I... Is there a ladder or anything around that I can see nearby? Is there like, something I can stand on to like reach her and gently bring her down? Something like a barrel or something like that?
Make a notice roll.
What's my notice? Okay. Nope. 2s. Double 2s.
So I will say you're not seeing anything that you can stand on, but if you are taking both of these, like all of these turns to ready yourself for this, I will give you a bonus to it once that time comes. It's not going to be for nothing. So yeah, you kind of look back up and focus.
Now, do I hear that the thing has gone through the house, or is there any indication that...
I think you hear the back door like slam.
Okay.
I'll say with that, Maisie, do you shout anything?
I was gonna say Maisie would shout, "We've got a wolf on our hands!" Really, really loud.
Alright, that helps.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I quick dust myself off a little bit, try to act like I meant to do that. And then I run through the house, I see Willie, and I say, "We'll catch up later." And then keep going. Do I see the creature then, or like?
Yeah, I think you like burst out the back door. Make a notice roll.
7.
Okay. As soon as you burst out of the back doors, you're immediately looking around, and you can see, almost like diving low to try to keep out of people's eyes. You see this really matted fur of this wolf beginning to run and trying to make its way to the tree line. It is a decent distance ahead of you, but you think you could catch up to it.
Yeah, I mean, if I think it's some sort of supernatural wolf, it doesn't look like a normal wolf, I'm just gonna go attack it with my hands instead of a gun. So yeah, I'm just running at full speed.
Yeah. You're following it towards the tree line.
Yeah.
Maisie, what would you like to do?
Well, Maisie can't run nearly as fast as that wolf, I reckon, but she would chase after a little and probably pull out her Colt Thunderer and shoot at it.
All right, so we see Luther taking off after the wolf, and then we see the back door swing open again as Maisie kind of, comes out and like leans against the back door to steady a shot, brings up the gun. Roll that shooting roll.
The 6 exploded. Everything's fine. Okay, a little 9.
Okay. Roll some damage.
The damage on this guy is 2d6. Imagine being good at math. That's another 9.
Okay. Maisie, Maisie's shoulder slams up against the door. You bring up the gun, fire, and you can see, both of you can see, like, the bullet slam into the shoulder of this creature. Running on all fours, it makes that, like, arm kind of falter for a moment, and it limps slightly, but then it regains momentum. It hurt, but it's still going.
Okay, well, I mean, I can't do much else, so that's what Maisie is gonna do for this turn, yeah.
Okay. Willie.
Can I see this happening, the wolf and everything, from where I am now?
No, you are on, like, the front side of the house. All of this is happening, like, right out the back door. You can hear the commotion. You hear the gunfire.
Could I see, having seen Luther run back that way, do I have enough movement to, like, get back there to try to do something?
Yeah, I think you could rush back and basically, like, come up right beside Maisie, if you'd like to.
Okay, yeah, I would like to do that. And I'm going to get out my Thwooper, which is majorly upgraded now that I have some money, whereas before I kind of fashioned it with, like, tubes and everything. Now it's, like, super lightweight, like metal. It has, like, all these joints, so it's like, super high tech. And I'm going to try to shoot it with a bolt. All right, that's a 7. And the damage is 5.
What does this look like? Especially to Maisie, who you've literally just, like, walked up beside.
Yeah, I mean, Maisie's wide-eyed, like, interested for sure.
Well, it had already been shot, so I think it was easier to hit because it was slowing down and kind of limping. But as it was running away, I just aimed right at the tailpipe, and that gave that wolf the biggest shock of its life.
The blast slams into it, it rolls, and then it's up, and it seems to have this, if you had to guess, it seems to have this, like, fear of being caught. And it is just sprinting away like its life depends on it. All right. As for Victoria, hearing the gunshot, hearing the sound of the other thing, whatever that sounds like, Victoria she starts taking, like, 2 steps at a time, sprinting up these stairs. She kind of looks around trying to figure out, okay, what room is leading to the balcony, and eventually, like, actually, I'm gonna make Um,
Was it another critical failure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, looking forward, there are a few different doors here, and not knowing exactly which one is heading for the balcony, she just rushes over, opens a door, and it's not leading to the balcony. You hear her just like, shit! And then, Finley, what would you like to do?
I run past her and try and open up another door that I think leads to the balcony then.
Okay, just go ahead and roll a notice roll.
Exploded on that. 11. Total.
Okay. So you wait and you listen and you kind of hear the sound of Regina shouting again, and you know exactly which door it is. You rush over, open that up. You can see you're in like Regina's bedroom, and the double doors that lead to the balcony are wide open, and Regina is hanging off the balcony on the other side.
Is there, I'm gonna sort of slow down for a second. Is there like a blanket or something that I can quickly grab and like throw down to the others?
Ooh, yeah. I will say there is a sheet on the bed that you just can rip
Sweet.
off and
Cool.
rush over and toss that down.
Toss that,
Perfect.
Yeah. But also I'm gonna help Regina. It's just on the off chance that we can't pull her back up. So
Perfect. So you would like to try to pull her up?
yeah, or like just steady her for long enough.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess I'm just assessing the situation, but I will try and grab her hands and sort of put some weight behind it. So
Okay. Yeah, you hear this mumbled like, "Oh, thank God!" Like just glad that somebody is here. And that was round 2. So the final round, we have Jesse with a 9. We have Maisie with a 7.
I'm gonna spend a Benny.
All right. Before that, we have Finley with a 2. The cards really
I'll
don't.
spend another Benny.
Okay. We have Willie with a queen.
Nice.
Nice. We have Luther with a queen. We have who the heck is next? Victoria with a 9. And we have the wolf with another fucking ace.
Goddamn wolves.
Alright, so Maisie's redraw is a 3. I'll let you keep the 7. Do you want to spin?
Thanks.
Do you want to spin another Benny to try
No,
again?
I
Okay.
don't. I've had it good for a while. It's fine.
And we have Finley with a 10. For the final round, the wolf goes first. The wolf is disappearing into the tree line. Willie, what would you like to do?
So one of my new edges gives me the ability to gadget up something that will basically recreate any power. So what I'm gonna do is I have these. Well, we really sell them as dog treats. They smell so enticing to animals that they just cannot be resisted. So I'm gonna go ahead and load some of those up in the thwooper, and I'm gonna try to use that to do the power beast friend, which would give me control over an animal for 10 minutes if it succeeds. And that's a 6 on the roll.
Okay.
So that's a success. I don't think I had to do anything else. I think it's just
Yeah.
you have to succeed.
I don't know if a werewolf counts.
I know.
Is it a would I know it's a werewolf from looking at it?
Honestly, from your vantage point, it looks more like a bear than anything. I will give you an option.
Okay.
I will say you can cast this to communicate with it, and you can basically like like the spell message or sending with the creature, you do not, it's not going to allow you to control it because of the type of creature that it is. But I will let you communicate with it if you'd like.
Okay, so I noticed when I attacked it before that it had this almost a human-like fear. It didn't seem like a normal animal fear of just running away. And now I'm sure of it because it's not responding to my treats, which should just have overwhelmed its senses. It's like ambrosia. So I will just say, I know you're scared, and I'm sorry about what I just did to your hindquarters, but I can tell that you're scared of something and don't want to be caught. I'm just wondering if you could tell me why, or if there's any way we could help you. If I get everyone else to stop chasing you and trying to hurt you, if you tell me, what's going on.
Go ahead and roll persuasion, and I'm going to give you a +2.
Ooh. What is my... keep forgetting what my persuasion. I think it's an 8. Yep. Come on. Ooh, I needed it. That puts me up to a 5.
Okay. You see, as it's disappearing into the tree line, it stops. And you see it glance back in your direction. And you see the snarl kind of disappear. It does take off again after that, but you feel like you definitely got to it, at least.
All right.
Luther.
Sorry, mute problem. Am I close enough to attack it physically?
Not currently, but I will allow you. You're the only person that could keep following this thing after the 3 rounds.
Well, so if I follow it, I can't attack in the same round.
Correct. It is too far ahead. I'll allow like an athletics roll or something to leap for it.
Ugh, the last one was so
bad.
I'll attempt that because I don't want to keep running after it all day and then lose my friends here. So I'm just gonna I'll try athletics.
Okay, I'll say you'll just have to hit its parry to stop it. Like a leap sort of tackle.
Okay, love it. Ooh, okay, hang on. Got a exploding wild die. 9.
9 is exactly its parry.
Boom.
Amazing. So what does this tackle look like?
Well, I imagine I just throw myself at it, very non-coordinated, just flying through the air, and then I grab it and kind of roll with it a little bit in the dirt. Well, not letting go, but just kind of we both tumble together. Am I allowed to make a smarts thing to know, figure something out in my brain that's not an action?
Sure.
Okay, because I would like to make an occult check to see if in my travels, if I heard anything about vampires biting werewolves and if the vampire gets the werewolf powers. So, or if I'll just die or something from it.
Okay.
So, we'll see if I've heard anything. No, I definitely didn't hear anything. I had a 3 and a 1, so.
Yeah, you're not sure if it's ever been done before.
But that's what's going through my brain as I'm leaping and can I bite this guy?
Yeah, I think Willie's message distracted it just long enough. It kind of looks back and then realizes that you are pouncing toward it, goes to turn, but you slam into it and both of you tumble and roll into the brush, and both of you are kind of disappearing into the tree line right now. Finley.
So, this creature is gone, so it's not like I can shoot it from where I'm at. I guess I'll just try and pull the mare back up then.
Yeah, as you are kind of like grabbing on, trying to pull, Victoria comes up beside you as well, grabs onto the other wrist. I am going to roll to see if you have a bonus to your roll, real quick.
Interesting. Okay.
I succeeded, so you'll have a plus. Ooh, is it +2? I think it's a +2. You get a +2.
Oh.
It's plus, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh
Well,
no.
I got my 2 1s for the evening too, so that is 2 1s.
I love that so much. So there's this moment, both you and Victoria grab onto one arm each, and as you are beginning to pull up, that is when you hear just this snarling sound of Luther and this wolf colliding off in the distance, and there's this moment of it's just a distraction enough to where you're like, wait a minute, is this a creature? Because you still haven't really seen it. There's this moment of like, that was a growl, right? And Finley and Victoria look at each other, and then they both feel Regina's arms slip from their grasps at the same time. And there's this, and you both like lean over the railing. Perfect timing. Jesse!
So they have, Finley had already thrown the thing. I have an idea. I'm gonna wrap, if I'm allowed to, Jesse's gonna have tied at least one corner of the row of the bedpost to like one of the railings, and then he's holding out the other 2 ends like as tight as he can, so that when Regina falls, she's falling into this like spread out bed sheet.
Okay, I'm gonna give. I would like for you to make an agility roll to see if you completed this task before she fell.
I did not.
Okay, so you are about to tie this sheet and you see her letting go already.
Oh god. I'm dropping the thing and running over and like getting under her.
Alright, how the hell do I want to do this? Does it sound fair for me to say I will roll the damage and have you and Regina split it equally?
That'd be fine.
Okay.
I think.
If it even goes over, let's see. Wow. You want to know what I just rolled?
2 1s.
So, somehow, Regina falls. Tell me how Jesse catches her and there is no damage taken.
I feel like he overcompensates. Like he's leaning over, like ready for, and she like falls on his back, and he just flattens out, and like by flattening out, it sort of dissipates all the force like through him, and we are not hurt in any way. It's just like absorbed into the ground.
Amazing.
Scientific.
Maisie, you see the wolf and Luther disappear into the tree line slightly. Willie's standing beside you. What do you do?
So, like, how far away are Luther and the wolf? Like, is it like a jog over there? Is it like a full-on sprint away still?
Yeah, it would be like a full-on sprint.
Okay. Well, I really don't want to leave Luther all alone. That feels mean. So Maisie will just sprint in that direction. Not necessarily with a particular goal in mind, but just like Luther cannot be alone. So, we're running. We're booking it.
Okay. What is Willie doing?
I think I'm going up to as close as I can get, also to where Luther and Maisie are.
All right. So we
I'm
see both of you
retrieving my
sprinting.
treats because I'm still gonna sell those. But I'm gonna go over there.
Perfect. You're sprinting forward. Finley.
I just look over the railing. Sorry.
Victoria's just like, our bad.
Got a little distracted. I'm sweaty too.
You're
Sorry.
very weak, Jesse, going, we're okay!
So, Luther, what are you doing?
Punching this werewolf into submission.
Okay, go ahead and make that roll.
Willie doesn't know this, I guess, but I know that this werewolf has killed like 8 people or something like that. So I'm going to punch away. Fighting, I'm assuming, right?
Yes.
7 on my fighting roll. But I'm gonna
you're-
assume that's not good enough.
Not quite. Yeah, you like slam into, you're like going for the face, but it's moving, it's trying to climb away. You slam like right into the chest of this creature and you're like, ah! It's tough. Go ahead and roll athletics for me.
Ugh. 2 and a 1.
Alright, so you punch this thing and you see it just grabs onto you, almost like by your shoulders, shoves you up against a tree, roars in your face, lets you go, and is attempting to run away again. And I think around this time, Maisie and Willie are entering this tree line as well.
Goddamn dog breath.
For the sake of this, we are going to draw another set of action cards with the 4 of you. So, Maisie,
Got it.
Ace, Willie, 7, Luther, Jackie. How are there still these cards in the deck? I thought we used them all. Like, good lord. And the wolf. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That means you get the Benny, right? Is that
Yes.
what happens? Ah.
Yep.
Damn.
Okay, so, Maisie would be first. What would you like to do?
Yeah, so she is gonna try and lunge at this creature, and sink her blade into its thigh. Is the goal here.
All right, let's give it a shot.
Ooh. Okay. 13.
Okay, roll some damage.
9.
All right, you sink the dagger into this thing's thigh. As it's turning to run, it like, it's not quite a roar, it's more like a huff, and it turns around, and I'm going to use my turn now. As it turns around, it is going to slash and bite at Maisie.
Great.
Son of a bitch.
All right, for the slash. That is a 10 to hit. What's your parry?
Yeah, that hits.
What is your toughness?
That's a 6.
Toughness is a 6. Damage is an 8. So, that is a success, which is going to give you a wound because I skipped shaken.
Can she roll to soak?
Yes, you
Roll
can
to
spend a
soak.
Benny.
Roll.
You can spend a Benny to try to soak that damage. You'll have to spend a Benny and make a vigor roll.
But one of my new edges is that I get to do more damage with each wound I have.
Ooh,
So
Don't soak that wound.
I'm not
Don't
gonna soak it.
love it. So you are going to have 1 wound, and now I'm going to make the bite attack.
Oh no.
How many wounds do I get?
3 wounds.
Right. Yep. Cool.
Right. Yep. Cool. All right. The bite.
Is a critical failure. Darn, what a shame.
Not quite in critical fail, but I did fail, so I am... Actually, what is your parry?
That's a whole 3.
Oh, I succeeded then.
Oh, great. Mm-hmm.
So the slash goes across your arm, and you kind of see it tear your clothes. And right after the slash, it just looks down, opens its mouth, and goes to bite down like onto your shoulder and neck. And, all right, that is just one more success there. So that is one more wound.
Okay.
Slamming down. After it slashes and bites, you get this feeling like it thinks it's wounded you enough. You have blood, pouring from your wounds. It lets go of you and is going to turn and try to take off towards the woods again. And with that, Luther, you are up.
So I see this doing this to my pal, and my instincts kicked in, which are my old instincts, where I draw both my pistols and then I just shoot at it.
Hell yeah.
So I have 2-gun kids, so I get to shoot twice. Shooting is a D8.
Wait, does Maisie get to turn into a werewolf? She just got bit by a werewolf.
I'm seeing a theme here.
She couldn't be a zombie. She wanted to be something, though.
My first shot was an 11, and my second shot was a 12 with my
Hell yeah.
offhand pellet. It was a 14, but I had a -2.
So those are both successes with raises, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So I will roll damage, which is...
The success with the 12 is 2 raises. Not that matters with damage, but still pretty cool.
15 and 11.
All right, let me spin a penny, see if I can soak some of this. Do you fire both at the same time, or is it like a one at a time sort of situation?
Oh, it's like, pretty close together. It's like pow pow, like, yeah.
Perfect. You hear both impacts, and you see this wolf like slam into the tree that it was closest to. It goes to keep going, and it falls down, and you see its form beginning to shift out of wolf form. You see it getting smaller, still trying to run and crawl away. You see blood left on the tree that it had slammed into. Willie, what would you like to do?
Ooh. Now that it's turning back into a human, I'm still worried about it running, but now I don't really want to shoot it or hurt it necessarily yet. So I'm going to spend another 3 power points to load up my Ketchumatic 3000, which is a super stretchy, lightweight, but very strong grappling net. And I'm going to load that in the swooper and just shoot it at him.
I am here for this.
So I'm gonna roll for that.
Amazing.
Also, I think I have...
And my D10 exploded. Only a 1 more, so 11.
Hell yeah.
Wait, my 6 exploded too. Let me just see. Nope. Okay.
What were you going to say, PP?
I think I have to roll to see if I go into a frenzy because there's blood everywhere.
Hell yeah, you do.
Okay. So let's resolve Willie's thing first.
I'm so sorry, Bob. I'm so sorry. I really done borked.
I really fucked up your town.
My whole town is like, what is going on?
The minute Maisie was out of Jessie's purview, she was like, fuck it!
My favorite is I was like, no, these people are good. They won't mess everything up. To Regina the first time.
These people are fine. Cut to Regina dangling from a railing.
2 people dropping Regina. Chaos happening in the backyard. Just Regina's like, Jessie, you're fired. I'm sorry.
Okay. Willie, what does the loading of this net look like? What does this contraption look like as it blasts
It
outward?
looks very small when I put it in there. You know when you buy those washcloths that are like freeze dried or whatever it is, they're like so tiny until they get wet. It looks like that when it goes in, kind of like a puck. but then when it comes out, it's just like expands very quickly. It's like I've somehow managed to give it this bioluminescent kind of color. It's like a day glow green, and it just elegantly wraps around his body and just binds him all up.
Yeah, you watch as he's like pushed off the tree, trying to climb away. The net itself just like scoops underneath him and starts twisting around. A lot of the twisting is from him trying to get out. He's pushing, and he's very, very weak. You see, he can't push hard. He's bleeding from multiple places now, and eventually he does kind of just like almost like flop over and give up. Luther.
So I don't know where frenzy comes from. You gave it to me. Is that from Deadlands or?
Yes, let me take a look actually.
Because I need to know what it does specifically because I just failed.
Amazing. Let me find it.
Oh, ay Dios mío.
I think it's just gonna mean I'm gonna go crazy on this guy. I don't know if I have any actions right now, but I get an extra fighting attack at -2. According to this website, I don't know if that's correct or not.
Yes, that is correct. I just found it.
Okay.
So RP-wise, it's your choice who you attack.
Well, the most blood is coming from it. So, and then when I made my roll too, it was at a penalty because it was an enemy. It was a really big penalty. I was like, I had a -4. So I just feel like I'm just overwhelmed. Like I saw him attack Maisie, and there's all this blood. Just like, I'm going crazy. I'm just seeing red. So yeah, I'm just gonna attack this helpless creature now.
Perfect.
It's what heroes do. So I'll
attack helpless creatures.
Do I make
That's
two?
What heroes do.
Yeah.
Just one. We'll just tack this on to your
Okay.
previous turn. Yeah.
Okay, cool. 9 minus 2, 7. So that would be the attack is 7.
So I think, how do we want to narrate this? Willie and Maisie, do you stop him? Because this attack does miss. Is it just that he hits the net, or do the two of you do something to kind of calm him down?
I would think that it's possible that the net prevented full contact a little bit, but I would definitely say, Luther, wait, not yet. We need to ask him some questions first, don't you think? This is the first monster of this kind I've ever seen.
And see, alternatively, Maisie.
I don't. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. Maisie would be clambering to be the one to stab this thing right now. So she's like wounded and like trying to like move past trees, and so she might like kind of collapse onto Luther by accident as she's trying to like go for this guy again.
We're competing.
Yeah, we really are. We both see red right now for different reasons.
Oh my.
Yeah, so I think, Willie, you're watching them circling this man like vultures right now, basically, ready to just end him. Do you do anything to stop this, or do you see what's happening and you're just gonna let it?
I'm gonna try to physically intervene, just because I think my curiosity of meeting a werewolf alive, even if briefly, and I am not one to keep Luther from his buffet for long. He knows, but it's more scientific curiosity that's urging me at this point.
Amazing.
Well, yeah,
So-
I'll try to physically, I guess, get myself in between somehow.
Yeah, I think both of you are seeing red and kind of like moving toward this body that's tangled up in this net, and Willie rushes to put herself in between them and you. What happens?
Yeah, as soon as Willie gets in the way, like I'm gonna snap out of it because, like, I haven't seen Willie in so long, and it's just like, and I wouldn't want to harm any of my friends. Oh, there goes my background. Oh no!
The red is
I could steal
fading
my
away.
toys.
That actually looked really cool. Like it was a transition.
I think Maisie with Willie in the way, like, she doesn't want to fight Willie at all. There is no fight in her in that way. And so she would probably kind of just like yield and just try to like steady herself and not pass out from having 2 wounds.
I'm
Might
sorry.
wanna-
I'm sorry. I just want to see who this is and talk to it. I know obviously there must have been something that I missed. I will not keep you from doing what you want to do ultimately. I just think maybe we should be smart here and see if this thing can talk now that it's is it naked?
Now that it's and you glance back, definitely naked.
Oh, it's okay.
Willie, you don't know this person here has killed a bunch of people.
I mean, to be fair, we don't know for certain that it was this exact individual.
Do we?
I mean, but this ain't no vampire, and we've been reporting vampiric attacks.
Well, let's roll him over and ask.
While
Hey,
while this conversation is happening, we're going to cut back over to the other group. I assume Finley and Victoria make their way
Yes.
down
Yes.
down the stairs.
Trying to help Jesse and the mayor back up.
Yeah, Jesse and Regina are helped up, and I mean, you definitely are going to have some scrapes and bruises for sure, but neither of you have any wounds. And the mayor's just looking around. And you hear the gunshots happening from when Luther was firing at the creature. You still hear the chaos happening.
I think Jesse will immediately run at that point. Just
Around
because,
the house?
Yeah, around the house and into wherever that sound was coming from.
I will also follow, but I will also sort of like turn to the mayor and be like, really sorry about the fall thing, but yeah, I'm just gonna run.
Just take off. Yeah, perfect. So what are Finley and Jesse coming into the scene to hear from 3 of you?
Yeah.
Don't. Let's roll him over and ask him some questions. I think.
Yeah, I need to know if this bite is gonna turn me into a werewolf. I'm sick
That's
of getting
right.
bit by shit.
Okay, so
Ooh,
then
he's just as
Luther-
naked on that side too. Maybe we
yeah,
should.
Luther kicks him to like roll him over a bit, and he's training both his pistols on him.
As Jesse approaches this naked man wrapped in a net, does he recognize the man's face from anybody in town? Like, because that's where he's looking first. That just to say.
The fact that it had to be noted
Clarified.
feels very suspicious.
Because Bob knew what joke all of us would make. Where does
Kara's
Jesse
like, no, you don't
him?
recognize his face, but actually.
But those butt cheeks, that's America's ass right there.
Oh man.
Oh.
Not to take us off the rails any more than we already are, but
Listen, laughing during Deadlands, whew, good, because in between of all of the pain and the blood
And the
some
tears.
sheer-
Yeah.
Okay, what the fuck is happening? You're looking at his face and seeing if you recognize him, correct?
yes.
You do not recognize this person, but you are seeing, I mean, this, you're almost seeing, it's almost like you're seeing yourself in a way, only because, you know, when all this started for you, you were pretty young. This kid's 18, 19 years old.
Oh God. I think that's exactly what Jesse says. He just says, "Oh God, this isn't a man. This is a kid."
Question, is this person conscious at all?
No, they are currently unconscious.
Got it.
What should we do with him?
I mean, I guess we could bring him back to my office. Put him in the cell. Get him some clothes at least. At least he'll be locked up, and well, I hope he won't be able to get out.
Yeah.
Maybe give someone who can take care of his wounds too. I mean, he's
maybe.
bleeding a lot.
Speaking of wounds,
Maybe
I can
give him
help with
some
that.
ice
Oh,
cream and cake and kiss him on the forehead goodnight. These are all great ideas.
you want to kill him right now? You could just shoot him. He's
no,
a kid.
I
Just
gotta
a
find
baby.
out.
He's murdered like 9 people.
We don't
Well-
know that, Luther.
And Luther,
perhaps. Go ahead.
I sure would like to know if this kid has any answers about what him biting me is gonna do
It's
to
the
me.
only thing stopping me right now.
All right, fair enough. Maisie, let me apply some of my healing gunk on you.
By all means, I am such a huge fan of all of your products.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely brilliant.
I'm gonna roll for that. That is an 8, so it's gonna take, and that will be.
Is that 2 wounds?
I think it's 2 because I got an 8.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, yo, am
Okay.
I down to 0 wounds now?
Yeah.
Nice.
Sick. Willie,
So-
you are a magician.
Oh, thank you. I've improved the formula quite a bit since
I can
the first
tell.
batch.
Yeah, you are a genius.
Is
But
it
you're
like,
you're a good healer though. We know that already.
Well, apparently, but I still could turn into a any
Yeah,
time
that's
now.
true. We need-
Apparently, I gotta
We need to
find
find
that out.
out.
Is this kid much like is he smaller than me? Are they? I suppose they. we don't-
he is a little bit smaller than you.
Okay.
Yeah. Very small in frame. Also looks like not quite malnourished, but definitely doesn't look well fed by any means.
Okay.
I think Jesse's gonna just take the net and just put it over his shoulder and carry him. Is there
Like
a back
sack
way?
of potatoes.
Is there a back way into my sheriff's place, or do I have to walk all the way through the town to go into the front door? I don't want to. I don't want him to be seen. I just want to put him.
Yeah, I think Regina is kind of making her way in this direction and sees you come out of the tree line and immediately begins walking with you to the back way.
Okay.
Just kind of going first, making sure there's no one kind of waiting to see what all the commotion is, because there's been multiple gunshots. So I think she's definitely leading the way to make sure this kind of stays quiet for now. And you do so. You lead him. Is anyone seeing to his wounds?
I'll try. I'm not gonna do much, but can I rip bits of my vest off and try and at least staunch a wound?
Yeah.
I'll try to.
Okay.
It's a lot of wounds.
What is it called in this? Is it just called healing?
Yeah.
So
Or just the natural? Okay.
I've got healing too.
Yeah,
but I was
I
give it
gonna
a
do
shot.
4. I got a 4, so that would be 1 wound.
Okay.
I got a 7 total.
Okay, I think between the two of you, you're at least able to stop the bleeding. He's not gonna bleed out and die. You probably
Okay.
don't you don't quite give him the same treatment as Maisie just because you don't really know
Mm-hmm.
what's going on. It's just kind of like a quick stop the bleeding, make sure you don't die, get you into a cell. Is that where we're
I'm gonna put him in the cell. I'll and I'm gonna put him on the bed there. I'll go back into a different room, grab some of my old clothes, and put it in the cell with him, and then I think I'm just gonna sit with him. I'm gonna sit there in the office until he wakes up, so that we can talk.
okay? And what's everyone else's plan?
I'm sitting with Jesse.
So am I. Got
Well,
some questions.
If Luther's here, I'm staying because I haven't seen Luther in a long time. I want to catch up.
I'm gonna go try and find a doctor. I mean, we should have someone actually like legitimately take care of this kid at some point, unless he has super healing.
I'll tell you what, with my own experiences, I don't think a regular doctor will be able to do much for him.
Oh, okay. Well, and I'll just sit down on the floor with everybody else.
Could I make an occult roll to see if I know anything about
Sure.
werewolves?
Yeah,
Okay, this will probably fail again, but it's worth a try.
worth a try.
I got a whole D4 in it, so
Ooh,
nope. 3 and a 2. So close.
I mean, you've heard of like the full moon thing, but that's about it.
Yeah. I was
Jesse,
gonna
is
say,
there anyone
there's a
in
full
this
moon
town
thing.
who might know about this sort of thing? Any kind of mystic or, I don't know, learned person?
Willie, first of all, what are you doing in town?
Oh, well, I just was looking for supplies, and I'm always traveling around and trying to find new ideas. It seems a coincidence that all of you are here.
Yeah, I mean,
A heck of a coincidence, if you ask me. I mean, 24 hours ago, none of my past was in this town, and now,
Well, some of us were, you just didn't know, but
yeah.
anyway.
Sounds like it makes you pretty uneasy. Were you keen to leave your past behind?
My life got real quiet the past 2 years, and I was hoping it would stay that way. I found a good job here, thanks to the mayor, and I'll nod to Regina, and I've kept this town really safe until about 3 days ago.
well, don't worry. Don't worry. As soon as this is over, you can go back to your cushy life.
Yeah, I'll say.
And it wasn't cushy, but
Sorry to be such a bother to you.
you're not a bother. It's just, I just didn't think I'd ever see you guys again, and I was pretty much okay with that for a little bit, and now I don't know what I'm thinking. And I'll get up and I'll go to like my rations and start like at least getting him the person in the cell something to eat, something to.
Well, what have you been up to, Willie? Tell us all about you in these last 2 years.
Now, what sort of gadgets and stuff have you come up with?
Oh, you would just love my shop. I've got a little bit of everything. I actually was not expecting to be able to use half of my inventory chasing down a werewolf, but it was good practice. We've got, the most famous is the Fixer Elixir. It cures most ailments. It's very good. Jonah and I travel all around hawking that stuff. And then I just kind of branched out into gadgetry. You can see I've upgraded my thwooper here. So makeshift weapons, just a lot of tactical things, and pomades, salves, of course, the healing salve, and we're just really making a name for ourselves.
That's really amazing.
Where's Jonah?
Oh, he is on another supply run. We're looking for a specific kind of cactus flower, and he's looking for some, and then we're gonna meet back up.
Sounds like a difficult flower to find.
Yeah, it is, and it's expensive, and he needs to be charming and get people to show him where it grows. So he thought for some reason he would be better off doing that alone.
Willie, I'm not gonna say it's not a little awkward meeting you like this. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. But you know, I just happened to run into Maisie here because I was on the trail of this creature killing people, and that tends to bring out people looking for people in my circumstances.
Well, it's real good to see you. I'm sad Jonah's not with me now, but perhaps after all of this hubbub is over, you could come with me to see Jonah.
We might be able to arrange something like that.
Well, all right. And anybody else is welcome to come too. The more the merrier, I say.
Jesse just wants to stick his feet up and hang out in his office all day.
Well, yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, I reckon Jesse's real sick of all of our shit right about now.
Well, he did lie to the mayor about us not being any trouble, and
That was
now
a
we're in
personal
trouble.
choice. That's
Well,
true.
that's
That
true.
was-
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that really does fall on him. I made no promises to be on my
Yeah,
best
that's.
behavior.
I didn't say a word. I mean, oh wait, I guess I kind of.
I might have promised to be on my best behavior, but let's be honest. Did any of us think that was the truth?
Victoria
is it?
says, nobody died.
Exactly.
I like
Now,
you,
I don't know
Victoria.
what it is about a full mustache that turns a man into a curmudgeon, but I aim to find out.
We have got to loosen that sheriff up a little bit.
Mhm.
It's gotten a little too tight in his not that much older age.
Yeah.
Question: is there any water or anything around? Like, is there like a pitcher of water, something?
Yeah.
Great. Maisie's gonna grab that and throw it on the kid in the cell. Wake up!
I am going to roll
I love
vigor to wake up. Because you're using water, I'll have a +2 on that. Just to see.
What if it's a bedpan?
Oh.
No.
Oh.
No.
Just no. I'm just vetoing that idea right now.
Okay, one more alternate is a spittoon. You know the.
No. Just let
No,
it be
no.
water.
It's
Jesse
water.
Pitcher of
doesn't
water.
spit.
A
Jesse
Okay.
doesn't spit. He
water.
wouldn't have a spittoon.
Jesse doesn't spit, yeah.
All right, so as soon as this water like slams into this person, I assume you like untangled him from the net. You just throw the net in there. Okay.
Oh, I'm still gonna sell that, so
Put
it's
that back
got
up.
to be cleaned.
Yeah, he wakes up surprised at the splash of the water, immediately like spins around almost like defensively, and then realizes where he is and kind of eyes all of the people standing outside of the cell looking in at him.
There is one person noticeably with a pitcher. That is the cause of this situation, just standing there like, well, I woke him up, by the way.
Jesse will walk over to Maisie and grab the pitcher and say, "Thank you." And he'll put the pitcher back down. Jesse's going to walk right into the cell. He's going to open it up, walk into the cell.
Whoa! What are you doing?
I'm talking to the gentleman.
The moment you open the cell, he tries to bolt.
All right. Well, I'll if he like opens it, I'll just slam it shut again.
All right, go ahead and I'll let you roll either strength or agility
I'll
for
do
this,
strength.
just to see. He is a little weak right now, but
7.
all right. So yeah, he rushes forward. You slam it back. He slams into the door itself, and then kind of like shoves away from it and backs up a little bit and is looking around, looking very, very much like an animal cornered right
Yeah.
now.
And I think Jesse sees that in his eyes, and he says, "Take it easy. Nobody's here
Hold
to hurt
on,
you."
partner. We gotta ask you some questions. Maisie?
Oh yeah, real quickly. When you were a wolf, you bit me. Am I gonna be one now?
He doesn't respond.
You speak?
You're gonna want to start talking soon, friend.
You see his eyes, like, he's not really moving, but his eyes are inspecting every piece of the cage that he is in currently.
You're looking for a weak point.
I'll
I
put
don't like
myself
that.
against the door of the room.
Listen, let me put it this way. I just want an answer. If the answer is yes, that's not gonna make me want to stab you any less or more than I already do right now. So, you might as well just say it, because it doesn't have much of effect on anything in terms of your well-being.
Make a persuasion roll.
Okay, I'm good at those. Okay.
Listen, I know you're scared. I know you don't know what's going on right now. I was once in the same situation you are right now. But luckily I had some good people around me who helped me. They helped me through. Let me help you.
The persuasion was a 13.
He's looking from Maisie to Jesse. And then he looks at Maisie and says, "No, you'll be fine." And then he looks to Jesse. "So you can help me? You'll let me out?"
I will. I
When?
want to ask you some questions. We're trying to understand something, and believe me, there was a murder a couple days ago. House down the right. Did you have anything to do with it?
No.
Well, there you have it. He's said no. Might as well let him go free.
Luther, shut up.
Is there a role is there like an insight role in this game?
I
Well,
think
I
it
do
just comes...
declare.
I know. I think it
Sheriff.
just comes down to like notice.
Yeah.
Could I try, since I'm not talking
Sure.
to him, can I
Yeah.
just be like really looking?
Absolutely.
Okay.
What is your name?
Arlo, Thomas.
How long has this happened to you, Arlo?
I don't know what you mean.
We saw you transform from what you are into something bigger than you are. Almost like a bear.
I did mention the whole biting me thing.
What did you get, Willie?
5.
I am actually gonna message Willie something real quick.
Ooh.
Secrets.
He's looking specifically at Jesse now, and he's just like, "I used to think they were dreams. But I guess they're real, huh?"
So you can't remember what happens when it happens?
No.
You had a dream about murdering people? Or you know who did?
I don't know anything about murders. I just know that sometimes I see things different. I see red. but I've never hurt anybody.
Uh-huh.
Have you been camping out in that cave just outside of town?
Yeah.
Okay.
How long have you been camping there? You've been in town for a while?
Few days.
Where were you previously?
Wandering. Somewhere else.
I can't remember the other towns, but I'm sure Luther did. Like, Luther would be like, have you been in North Fork and West Haverbrook? And
Nope.
I need to make a notice roll on that one.
Do you remember hanging the mayor of this here town over her balcony?
No, I don't remember doing anything like that.
I got a 4 on my notice. Hey, Mayor, was this person visiting you, or was it the wolf creature?
The mayor says, no, it was the wolf the whole time.
Well, I hate to break it to everyone, but as an experienced bounty hunter, I can tell when somebody's lying, and this kid is a liar. I'm looking right in his eyes.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting to. Even if you don't remember it, I'm pretty sure you know you're responsible. And that means either you're a cold-blooded killer or you can't control what you do.
And with great power comes great responsibility. Luther would tell you that any day.
Hell yeah, it took me a long time to get past my impulses, but I fought them. Now, I kill only people who deserve it.
I wonder if there's any way to reverse this condition, kind of like we've experienced before.
Finley and Victoria, you seem to have some book learning. You know anything about werewolfism?
Nothing I haven't read in a book before that is fiction. I mean, have I?
Do you have anything in occult?
No.
You can try to roll occult. You'll roll your d4 and your d6
6.
at a -2.
Yeah, I don't know shit.
Yeah, I rolled a
Okay.
critical failure for
Yeah.
Victoria again, so no,
So-
they haven't heard a damn thing.
The one person I'm hoping will know.
I mean,
You'll
there was
help me.
that doctor who gave us the antidote before. Is he dead?
He
Oh,
he
yeah.
died. He died
Yeah,
in
he's
in
dead.
St. Louis
Okay.
for
Lord.
sure. But Harlow looks at Jesse. You're gonna help me, right?
Jesse, don't trust this
You
kid.
can't let him out.
This kid's the murderer.
Jesse,
How do you know it? How do you know this kid?
You
is the
trust
murderer?
this werewolf more than us? This is ludicrous.
What makes me any different than him, really? And he points to Luther. What
Luther
makes
can
you?
control it most of the time.
and remembers it and owns up to shit.
Hell
Oh,
He
so-
yeah.
didn't fully turn.
Because he kills people he thinks deserve it. That makes it better?
Well, I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, well now I never said I agreed with that whole weird
You tell
me-
morality, ethics, wibbly wobbly
You
nonsense.
tell me Dakota Jim or Sam the kid didn't deserve it. They're murderers.
I mean, I'm just saying that maybe there's better ways to go about it, Luther. But I mean, I'm not going to question it.
I
if
mean,
that's the way
really,
you
we
wanna-
need justice reform in general, but that is neither here nor there.
Just give
Jet-
it a few hundred years.
You don't punish the one that knows what he's doing, but the one that doesn't remember. I get to be punished.
Oh, I'm not agreeing with anybody who's saying you should be punished.
Then let me
Sure,
out.
just look at Luther.
It's not that. It's just you
I'm
can't
not-
be free if
I'm
you
not
can't
running
control
around.
it.
Yeah, I'm not running around the town killing the mayor and innocent people in their beds either.
I am not advocating for ending your life or any kind of particular punishment, really. But I don't trust you. And I know the only reason why Jesse does is because he can see himself in you, a scared young man that was given too much too soon. And I think that that's really unfair to you, that this is something you have to live with. And the ideal would be to find a cure for your sake and everybody else's. But I don't know what's realistic, but I do know that I don't think that your life should be ended. So I want to make that very clear. And you fucking bit me. So, like, if anybody's holding a grudge, it should be me. But I'm not. Mostly because, come to find out, you telling me I'm not going to turn into one actually did make me want to stab you less. So,
I'm
Hey.
sorry about that.
Sheriff, could you look up this kid's name on the wire service? Just see if there's actual bounties for him. If he's an actual criminal, then he should go to jail. Right?
Harlow, is that your real name?
Yeah.
I'm not sure the wire service is on right now. It's the middle of the night. Maybe we just keep you in here for a little bit. I'll wire in the morning. Give me some time to think. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. Okay?
Is there somewhere bigger I can stay?
Put you up at the mayor's house. Does that sound good?
I'll try to make you comfortable as you can.
I'm in a fucking cage.
I know, and I know that's not ideal. But right now, I've got a job to protect this town. And this is the safest thing.
and you were kind of just a giant dog not that long ago.
Yeah, I think you'd be a little more grateful that you haven't been executed, and it doesn't seem like you feel too bad about all the people you killed.
What's to feel bad about when I don't remember? I don't know that I'm doing it. I don't remember.
But you know you're responsible.
All right. Do you guys feel bad for all the people Luther's killed?
Only if they were innocent.
Who's to say they weren't?
Oh boy, listen to the philosopher over here.
I mean,
I'm
just
not-
to be completely transparent, I've killed a lot of people for absolutely no goddamn reason a long time ago, so
Yeah, let the monsters judge the monster, right?
yeah, that's pretty much how life works.
You're in the cage, we're not.
For now.
None of us really shake down to being all that much better than one another.
Well, one thing's for sure. He can't be unguarded.
I'll stay the night with him.
Stay with Jesse.
I'm staying, too.
I'm gonna get something to eat.
I can go with you, Willie.
All right. Maybe we can find someone around here who knows something about this whole thing.
Okay, so Willie, Luther, and I think Victoria head off to get some food.
I'll watch them eat.
Yeah,
Oh.
Luther does not partake. I think the mayor probably offers, because everything is closed right now, but the mayor offers, like, help yourselves to my kitchen. Like, let's just go make some food. So you kind of head over to the mayor's house, leaving Jesse, Finley, and Maisie here, with Harlow Thomas.
Sarah, pen and paper around here. I'm gonna ask this kid questions, but I'll be nice and write everything down for Victoria. So
She probably left her notepad
perfect.
here, like just here,
Awesome.
sitting, like, please.
I'll take it. And I'll go up to the kid. And I'll say, do you know what how this started? Have you always been like this? You know, part wolf.
Uh, I mean, it started when I was like 15,
How old are you now?
18.
Wow. You've just been on the run this entire time?
You see he's currently like pacing the cell right now. On the run. Well, let's see. My Sure, yeah, I've been on the run.
What you hesitated. What were you gonna say? Something
doesn't-
happened?
It doesn't matter. It's not going to change anything. I'm still in this cage, right?
No, but I like to know all my facts before I make a decision. So
Ah. I don't know, you want the full sob story? My parents died when I was 15, so I started moving around because I didn't have a house.
parents died or something kill them?
Who's to say?
Right. You not wanted to get better at controlling this thing that you're dealing with?
How? Anyone I talk to is going to put me in a cage.
You not found anyone like you before?
No.
I don't know. I thought maybe wolf instincts, I guess travel in packs. Clearly, something must have bit you or changed you. Look, I don't want you to have to suffer the consequences of murdering a bunch of people.
What are those consequences?
Death, probably, most likely. Staying in the cell for a really long time, which you don't like this cell, so I don't think that sounds any better than death. I know that people can change if you're given a second chance. You clearly haven't been given a chance at all with what you're dealing with, to my knowledge, right?
Right.
So let me give you a chance. If you talk with me, maybe we can figure something out.
All right.
So what happened? How did you turn? How do you turn into a wolf?
You mean the first time or
Yeah,
just
the first time. What happened?
I really don't know. I wasn't attacked by anybody. I just got really mad one day and then I woke up and it was the next day.
Did your parents ever talk to you about anything like this? Controlling your emotions or anything like that?
No. No, they didn't seem to have any idea.
Yeah, that checks out with parents. So you wake up the next day. I can assume your parents are dead. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And you've been running from that ever since? Because you don't feel safe.
Right.
Okay. What do you want
Out of this cage.
beyond that?
I don't know. I'm just living day to day. I don't have the luxury of wanting things.
You could afford yourself that if you stop and maybe focus a little bit more on trying to get better. This thing isn't going to leave you. They talk about a cure. There's probably not anyone for miles who's going to be able to cure you. And you've had it for 3 years. I don't know where that cure is going to be. So it's with you for the rest of your life. So either you live a really short life because you're not going to control it, or you can be living a happy life or a somewhat happy life trying to figure out how to take care of this. And maybe you can stop running. Or maybe you want to run for the rest of your life, but at least you aren't killing people in your wake. Do you not have any regrets about killing people?
I can't regret
Despite the
something.
fact. You can't keep using that as an excuse, kid.
Who's gonna teach me to be better? Your
Well-
monster friend?
He's probably not going to be the best teacher, I'll be honest. He
Well,
clearly
I
has a
don't know.
son.
He seems pretty persuasive if he has all of you fooled.
That's fair. All right. You've got me on that one. To be honest, I trust him about as far as I can throw him, and he seems like a tough one to throw. So,
For the record, that man saved my life. So you can choose to put good or bad into the world. You know?
Save a life, take a life. It all equals out, I guess, huh? That's what I gotta do. I gotta save some lives. Hey, Sheriff, you need a deputy? Well, I'm just going by your rules here. It's okay to kill when it's on your side, right? Who makes you the good guys?
who said we were good guys?
You are! I'm the one in the cage! I'm just listening to a bunch of hypocrites right now. What do you want from me? You want me to tell you that I'm gonna control myself like you think your friend controls himself? Sure, yeah, I'll give that a shot. It's only so long before he snaps, and it doesn't matter if you're his friend.
I mean, I was gushing blood because you attacked me, and he didn't look at me twice. I think that says a little bit of something.
What happens if I was already dead? Do you think he still would have gone after me? If I was dead...
I think it's hard to play maybes and what ifs, and that instead we should deal with what we know.
You're right, we should deal with what we know, and what we know is that I'm gonna get out of here, and I'm gonna kill all of you.
See, that is very, very bad.
See, that makes me want to stab you again.
Maisie.
Come on in.
Maisie's gonna take a lap. She knows better.
I would rather die than be in this cage, so somebody, come on in, finish me off. Give it a shot. Or better yet, go get your monster friend. We'll fight it out. He'll kill me, and then we'll see what happens.
pull out my gun. I will press it between the bars. I'll be like, you want it? So badly. You want us to kill you that badly.
Give it a shot. Oh, come on, Sheriff. You just gonna let them shoot a caged prisoner? How do you even know I killed those people?
We don't.
You're right, you don't.
But right now, you're the only lead I have. Your slash marks, they are consistent with the slash marks I saw in the house the other day. I can't rule it out. I don't want it to be true.
Why?
Because I don't want to think about what would happen to you.
Why?
Maybe he thinks there's something good in you.
Somewhere. Deep down.
Why? Because I'm young?
No, most young people are pretty stupid, myself included when I was young.
Because I remind you of you? Is that why?
Yeah. If I'm being honest with you, as I am with everybody, you do remind me of me. And when I got back in my past, I left my town because I was alone. Nobody could relate with me. I was sort of broken. And I left my town, kind of like you did. Only I wasn't running scared. I was trying to find a place to fit in. So if you can control it, and you just need a chance, then I'm willing to take that. But if you can't control it, and you did kill all those people, I'm torn because I don't want to sentence somebody who looked like me to die. There's a hell of a lot of life left to live.
So let me ask you a question. If I was older, let's say 10 years older, I'd be dead by now, huh?
No, I wouldn't.
Lily just nodded.
That's not the way I judge people.
If it were, he wouldn't be friends with me. So. And you know what, kid? That's the thing. And by the way, this pin represents Maisie's knife in her hand. By the way, kid, this is the thing that really grinds my gears about you. You see, you're out here telling Finley your sob story of a life. And I fucking get it. My parents were killed in front of me when I was young. And I ran, scared, hurting people for a really long time. So you either get to be a lesson we have to fucking learn because we're being too damn nice to you, or you get a second chance. And for the record, since you hate this cage so much, that second chance doesn't mean you stay in the cage forever. You're acting like that's our end-all be-all here. And it's not.
How many years? You said you went and you killed people for years. How many years?
I'm not too good at math. At least 4. Granted, they were usually like really skeezy men trying to take advantage, but I sure as hell wasn't bursting into homes from city to city, ripping apart entire interiors and dangling mayors off of balconies. It was a little bit different. I don't do that no more, though. Because I think we're all afforded more than just second chances. I think we get more than 2. But you're really pushing it, because it seems like you don't even want a second chance. You don't even want to try. And that's what I really can't wrap my mind around, is because you're getting hung up on technicalities when there's a chance for you to live a different life where people don't want to put you in a cage. Luther chooses to live a life where people would still put him in a cage. That's true. You don't have to make the same choices that Luther made.
So, in this perfect world that you think exists, how do I do that? I just suddenly say, I want to control my wolf form, and then I just do.
Well, I think at first you've got to admit that you have a problem, because you seem real convinced that as long as you disassociate and didn't, you don't know for sure you committed those murders that you've had dreams about. I think that's the first step, actually.
And the next step is an incredibly difficult amount of time that you're going to be spending trying to actually control what you are. And it's not going to be easy. But it might be worth it.
You say those words, but you don't know what it feels like.
I never claimed that I did.
You turn into somebody else and you're any thought. It's just easier said than done.
Then, maybe, you figure out when it happens. Maybe it is the moon thing. I don't know. I've read all kinds of nonsense, and you've got shackles in place, and you prepare yourself to stop yourself from hurting people, and you put these measures in place. I don't know. I don't have the answers, but I have a hell of a lot of hope for you. I'm just really scared you don't have any for yourself, and that's the death sentence.
Shackles, huh?
Well, I don't know how else to stop you from murdering people. I mean, shit. You just said that when you're like that, it's so different. And just because you shackle yourself up, it doesn't mean that there's not a key.
He looks back to Jesse. So how long do I have to stay in here then? Say I'll give it a go. How long am I in this cage?
I'm not sure. I would be taking it one day at a time with you.
I would like for the 3 of you to make a persuasion roll.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Yep. Sure, why not?
5.
Well, there's my critical failure for the night.
No.
Checks out.
Jesse
Yep.
got a 2.
You can spend a Benny to reroll.
Oh, I'm gonna Benny. I haven't spent a Benny yet. You're right. I'm gonna Benny it.
I rolled them old snake eyes.
That one's a 4.
Okay. I am going to tell you that Benny made all the difference. We needed whatever majority, and so we had 2 fails before. So he nods. Fine. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do whatever you want.
Awesome. Fantastic. Now, tell me, Harlow, what do you like to eat? Because I'm going to get you some food.
Steak.
All right.
Air. Too on the nose.
You do just see his eyes like flick to you at that, like.
I'm just asking. I mean, I like my steak medium rare, you know, but bloody. I don't like it still walking, but
So are you all just gonna watch me all night, or?
I am going to stay here all night, and I'll stay awake all night if I have to.
We'll take shifts.
yeah.
You see him just kind of go over to the bed and lay down.
I'm just gonna sort of shakily walk away and set the gun on the table.
Maisie will do a fancy flip with her knife and stab it into Jesse's desk and sit down.
Amazing. Finley just finally exhaled.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Is the shakiest breath you've ever heard me take.
Maisie will pat Finley on the shoulder, like, you did really good.
Thanks, yeah, you know.
Yeah, you did
I
great.
think Jesse will probably step just outside the door on the sidewalk and just have a moment to himself in the town.
Meanwhile, Willie and Luther, did you have any conversation privately, or would you like to just be coming back now after your meal?
I would just like to say, whether or not we have discussion, that during that time I also got like a piece of paper and some charcoal and or pencil, tried to do like a realistic drawing of what he looks like as a wolf.
Nice.
Fantastic. Yeah, I think you had plenty of time to do that too, that you can absolutely do that.
Yeah, and I guess if we had any time to talk privately, I would have just, again, explained, like, I'm sorry I left you too, but I had to figure out what I was and what was happening to me, and I didn't know if there was any coming back from it, and I didn't want to hurt either of you two.
I know, but you know, we're there for each other. We would have helped you. And if anybody, you know, can take it, it's us. And I will tell you, Jonah shed tears when he read that letter.
Oh,
I have never seen him so touched and sad. He wanted to see you very badly.
I just didn't know if I could control myself, if I really was me. You know, it was so difficult, and you know, sometimes I'm not even sure if I'm the same me. But, you know, maybe now things have calmed down and we can hang out again.
Well, I would really like that. And when things settle down, there's actually something else I need to tell you.
Uh-oh. That sounds ominous.
It's a bit. Now's not the time, though.
Well, if we don't get killed by this werewolf creature, hopefully we can hash it out.
Sounds fun. I guess we better go back.
All right. You all head back. I think Jesse's kind of like standing off a little bit, having a moment, and you can kind of tell that when you approach, but you see Finley and Maisie still like right inside. The door is kind of propped open.
So you all best friends now, or what?
We're in agreement. about getting better. You guys find some food?
Oh, we did. I'm belatedly thinking we probably should have brought you some, but if you want to switch
That would have
cars,
been nice, but it's okay.
we can go. I
no, it's
did,
all-
however, I heard you say getting better. It occurred to me that if you don't remember what you do, Arlo, that you maybe have never seen what it looks like and how terrifying you look. And I drew it, and I just wanted to show you. And she holds up the image and like puts it against the bars.
You see him. Let me make a roll, actually.
He's already zonked.
You see him. He kind of like rolls out of the little bed and kind of looks over at it. Are you like putting it in for him to take, or are you just holding it for him to look at?
I'll let him take it if he wants to take it.
Okay, yeah, he just kind of reaches, takes it, was looking it over. He doesn't say anything, but you see him staring at it, and he goes over and he sits back on the bed, and he is just still looking at it.
I'll not say anything else and let him kind of sit in that.
I'm gonna turn to Luther and be like, you could be a lot of help to this kid. I know you guys aren't the same, but I mean, it might be nice to have someone who's dealing with something in a similar vein.
Yeah, I guess I could.
You could be nicer, Luther. Just a little.
I like how I leave and then I suddenly come back and now I'm the bad guy. I didn't murder a bunch of
He
people in their beds.
He smiles in your direction.
I never said you
cute.
were the bad guy. You're not a bad guy, Luther. I just think that, you're worried about people locking you up. You could afford a little bit of empathy.
Is there a moment, Luther, when you are having an urge that you've learned how to tamp down?
Well, I mean, it's all about redirecting your feelings, putting
Carlo
them
looks
into
at Maisie.
a more positive place.
Hmm.
You have to
Arlo.
be,
Oh,
you
sorry,
have to
go
become
ahead.
a master of yourself.
Arlo,
And
is
this is-
there a time when you change? Is it like the same time every day or every week? Or is it when something happens, like you get really angry or you smell something?
It's around the full moon. He kind of motions to. I don't remember who said that earlier. Yeah,
Maisie.
motions to Maisie. Yeah, I don't know. I can feel it coming, but that's it. Like a sneeze.
So then why don't you agree to be held or, locked up around the full moon and practice trying to control it when it happens under supervision?
I said I would do whatever. Kind of motions to Jesse and Finley.
That he'd try.
Hmm.
We could keep some extensive notes on the process and maybe see if anything is pattern of knowing when it's going. I sneeze. I'm sorry. I'm just picturing the fact that you like sneeze and suddenly your like wolf form comes out of your mouth or something.
I mean, if we do this right, Victoria Glass could be published in the lead-in research on werewolves.
It is
I mean,
fascinating, but
yeah.
I mean, what do you think the families of the people that he's killed in this town are going to say if you just let him go, though?
Yeah, just you're gonna have a real problem on your hands. Unless you somehow, get them out of here without them knowing, but there are gonna be a lot of
Right.
questions.
Yeah, you all said you're not from around here, right? I'll just go with you.
Well, I live in a city, and no offense to you, kid, but I feel like the city is not the place for you to go live for a while. Not until you've gotten a little better, and then maybe we could take you into the city and see how you do.
I'm kind of between homes right now, so I don't really have one.
Hey, me too.
I do have something that a werewolf could help with, but it might
really?
be too risky. But that's a story for another time.
Willie, you can't just drop a solution and not expand.
Yeah.
Well,
At this point, the mayor comes in. The mayor
Good
comes.
news. We have
Yeah.
a reformed criminal.
Oh, good. And looks to Jesse immediately.
Harlow has accepted that he wants to try and contain his ailment.
I see.
I know we have one unsolved murder, and I put quotation marks around that as best I can for Regina. But I think if he had some guidance and he can control it, then maybe this scared, afraid individual can have some leniency and maybe even a life.
Leniency. And she looks in at this scrappy little teenager. It's your decision, Sheriff. Whatever you decide, I was coming to tell you that whatever the decision, this young man needs to be out of these cells by the morning, whether that is relocated or otherwise. It'll only cause a panic, especially with him being just a kid. I respect your decision. I trust your decision. Out of sight by sunrise.
Heard and acknowledged.
She turns to leave. And as she's turning to leave, Victoria's coming in. It's like, oh, excuse me. Where have you been? Nowhere. Okay. And Regina heads out and Victoria just comes back in.
We're very sort of squinted eye glance, and then I'll just hand back her notebook to her and just be like, I took notes for you.
There's this, oh yes, and then this frantic going back to read all of them.
So, kid, do you think you're gonna turn again anytime soon in the next couple days, or is that your one shot? What are we looking at here?
Tomorrow night.
What if the crew here shackled you up tomorrow night, or whenever before it happens? You have your little bout of whatever. Let you go again. Is that something you could deal with?
I mean, I guess we'll find out,
Well, if it's happening tomorrow night and we got to get him out of here by sunrise, we got an idea of where we're taking him?
What about where Luther and I are staying out in the outskirts?
Hold on there. I pull Maisie aside. I said, I'm a little bit more vulnerable at certain times. I'd rather not have my greatest weakness next to werewolf kid here. Just so, gotta keep separated a little bit. Thanks.
Got it.
So anyway, maybe
Never
take him
mind.
back to his cave. Didn't you find him in a cave earlier?
We found
Yeah.
his cave, yeah. Harlow, you've been staying out there, right?
Yeah,
You ran away from us earlier?
that was me.
Damn, you're a
Pretty
slippery
fast.
one.
Really good at running. Well, I was. Min looks at Luther.
What about some heavy duty animal tranquilizers? What if we put you to sleep so you can't turn? Would that work?
Or you're asleep while you turn?
I don't know. We could try. You gotta get me out of here though by sunrise. So
Yeah, but if we open this cell, are you gonna run?
The answer is most likely yes.
Jesse looks right at him and just gives him a look. He just...
Just know that if you do, their deal's off. You're being
Yeah, and Willie's got some cool job for werewolves. Like, why would you even risk that?
fine. I won't run.
Pinky swear.
You're gonna put your
He
pinky
looks-
through the cage?
Yeah.
He looks shocked, but then like timidly kind of steps forward and reaches up. All right.
You can't break pinky swears, okay?
Yeah. You guys are something else.
I told you.
Okay. So can we go?
Jesse's gonna walk over to the cell and open the gate for him.
Maisie unsticks her knife from the table.
He's very, very tense, but he does not try to bolt.
Please tell me he's like a cat that's doing like the real tender walking, like.
We call that lion walking in this house. I
Oh,
can't
yeah,
remember
maybe.
why.
Yeah, maybe he's.
Is he still naked, by the way?
No.
Some
I
clothes?
gave
Oh
I gave
no,
him
there's
clothes.
clothes on
I
this
gave him
kid
clothes.
now.
Okay, good. I would like to go take that picture back and like roll it up and put it in a tube. I'm
Okay.
gonna sell that.
Perfect. Okay, where are we going then?
Guess back to your humble abode.
Are there like shackles and stuff here?
That's what I
'Cause
was wondering.
We should definitely like bring some supplies.
Mm-hmm.
I
There's
feel.
gotta be shackles.
You're muted, Bob.
I'm sure that the sheriff's office probably has handcuffs or manacles or something that they might not be the prettiest things in the world. I doubt I have ever used them. They haven't been used in a while.
Okay.
It'd be handy if we could rustle up one of those prisoner transfer wagons. There's not going to be one in this town, I'm sure, Sheriff, but somewhere along the way it might be helpful to get one. Throw them in there. Then you got a little portable jail for them.
I don't think Harlow needs to be caged right now.
When he turns is what I'm saying. Now,
Yes.
whatever.
But hopefully he'll be able to recognize it and will be able to tell me when this is going to happen. And trust me. And we'll figure something out.
All right.
Jesse,
Good
you
luck.
are awful trusting for someone who's been through what you've been through.
I think that's exactly why he's trusting,
All right.
in spite of it.
Too bad that doctor from St. Louis is dead.
I
He could
know.
It's
help
a
us
shame. Such a shame.
Okay, well, am I leading or how does this work?
Yeah, you're gonna take us back to where we know we're going, but yeah, we're gonna head on back to your cave. As weird as that is to say.
Okay. What? Not quite marching order, but what does this group look like moving into the cave? Like, who is where? Or
I'm
moving
not-
into the woods, I mean.
I'm not being close to him.
Yeah, I mean, depending on the time, if it's gonna be daylight soon, I'm going back to my hidey hole. But
You should still be okay, and then you would technically be in the cover of the cave if you
if the
wanted
sun
to stay
comes up,
there.
okay, all
yeah,
right.
so
Well,
it's your choice.
yeah, I guess I would be behind him and keeping my eyes on him, like 100% focused.
Okay.
I don't trust this kid at all.
I will also say by the time you get there and everything, like if the sun comes up, then you're kind of stuck in the cave.
Yeah.
So there is that too. I don't know what you want to do with that information, but time-wise, that's kind of where you would be at.
Well, I'm not letting my pals go with
Yeah.
the psycho killer alone.
Okay, so who is beside him? Is anyone like holding onto an arm or like how are we?
I'm not holding on to him, but I'm right next to him.
Okay.
Maisie is right next to Jesse for Jesse protection, not so much to be next to Harlow.
I'll be towards the back.
Yeah, I'm hanging back too, just a little bit. Make sure to keep an eye on everything.
Okay. You're walking, most of you have been to the cave already. You imagine you're about halfway there. Things look a little different in the dark. It's hard to tell. But Harlow does kind of glance back toward Willie. Hey, can I see that drawing again?
Sure. She takes it out, hands it back over.
And he takes it and, well, is he shackled with his hands forward or backwards?
I don't even think he's shackled. I think we
Okay.
have the manacles with him, but he's walking next to me.
Gotcha. Okay. Then just taking a look at it, walking through. And then you all reach the cave. This is it. Now what?
Yes, your humble abode.
Yep.
Now we wait until the time draws near.
Well, if we're waiting, I'm gonna go get food for all of us. You wanted steak. I don't know how easy that's gonna be. Are you good with like a patty or something? Cool. Does anybody else want anything? Great. I'll go grab food.
I'll eat anything you bring back as long as it's not still alive and cooked.
Noted. I'll be sure to bring something cooked and alive.
All right. I think Finley and Victoria head off. Harlow kind of sits down, leans up against the wall of the cave.
I'm gonna grab. Well, it's in the middle of the night right now, so I'll just sit down next to him, or sit down either across from him or next to him.
Honestly, I think Maisie's gonna take a snooze because she did lose a lot of blood. She did get bit and scratched. So she probably just gonna sit down and lean against the wall and sleep for a little bit. while whatever happens, happens, and wait for Finley and Victoria to get back with food.
Perfect. What are Willie and Luther doing?
I think Willie would sit down, kind of look at Arlo. Arlo, can you remember a time when you didn't feel so jaded as you do now? Like, is there a memory that you go back to when you're trying to sleep or something like that where you feel peaceful or happy?
Honestly, no, not really.
One time I saw somebody get hypnotized by a doctor and they were able to remember some things from their childhood. I wonder if you could access some kind of a happy thought or memory that you could use that to stay in control or calm yourself down.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's worth a shot. He kind of glances over to Luther. Where is Luther right now?
Probably near Willie, but just watching this kid.
Okay. Yeah, glances over to you, and he's holding like the tube that the drawing is in. He's like, "Hey, have you seen this?" And he'll toss it to you.
Catch it with one hand. I look at it briefly.
Yeah, as you kind of pull it out to even look at it, Harlow gets up and sprints.
Of course.
Motherfucker.
I shoot him in the back.
Okay, we're gonna draw some action cards. Okay, so for now, it is just Jesse, Willie, Luther, and Harlow. Just for this first round, and we'll see what happens after that. So we have Jesse with a 5. We have Willie with a queen.
Nice.
I swear they put more queens and jacks in this deck. What the fuck? We have Luther with a king. Jesus Christ.
Harlow's gonna be dead before Jesse can do anything.
And we have Harlow.
Oh no!
How the fuck does that happen?
Shit.
King,
See,
queen,
I think you
Joker.
meant Maisie. I think Maisie wakes up right there, actually. I think that's...
Jesse, I would ask if you want to redraw, but...
I don't think it matters, really.
Yeah, king, queen for the other
Joker,
two.
yeah.
Fucking wow.
I mean, we could try to fish for a Joker if we all spend bennies, but it's not... I know, that's the only thing we could try.
The amount of critical failures in this game alone, like, this has been dramatic as fuck. With that being said, Harlow just, tossed the thing over. Luther opens it, and just in the 2 seconds it's taking Luther to kind of pull that out, Harlow gets up and just starts sprinting into the dark. I will remind all of you, it is pitch black. It's very, very dark. You might have a little campfire here, but he's running into the darkness. Luther, what would you like to do?
Well, what kind of penalties are we looking at for my shooting? Because I'm gonna run after him, like as my free movement or whatever. But I'm assuming there's probably gonna be something for.
I think there's at least a -4.
A -4.
It's dark. There's no light.
But he's a vampire, so does that affect you?
I don't have any special thing for that.
Yeah, no, I don't think you can see anything. It would be a -4 to each of your shots.
I mean, I'm just gonna do it to see if the dice explode.
Yeah.
It's just a thing, because it's like, plus Luther's gonna be pissed. Like, he's just gonna be like, I was right, and then he's just gonna shoot in the dark and have to look for this kid later, he's assuming.
Yeah.
So here we go. Shot number 1. That exploded, but that's a 10 minus 4, so that's a 6.
Yep. That's a
And
success.
that's only a 5, so that would be a... Well, and then it'd actually be minus 6 because there's a minus 2 offhand penalty for anyone listening. So that was... so I have 1 success, so...
Okay, roll damage for that success.
And that was it a minus 410? So it wasn't a success with a raise, so it's normal damage. That one exploded. 10 damage.
Okay, Willie. You see this happen. Luther is up in a flash and fires 2 shots into the darkness. What would you like to do?
Luther, I don't have the firepower left to go after this thing a second time. We told them they should kill him, and they didn't. I can't do this anymore. The truth is, Jonah is locked up. He got falsely imprisoned. He beat the wrong person in poker, and he got set up, and we gotta go save him. We can't go after this guy. Let's just go.
I spin my pistols, put them back in the holster, and let's get the fuck out of here.
All right. Anybody wants to come with us, we would love to have your help. You should have killed him when you had a chance.
Maisie, you're waking up from the gunshot, and you just hear this entire spiel.
Well, this isn't exactly how I wanted to wake up, but shit, Maisie will, jump to her feet.
Hey, Sheriff.
Luther, you're just gonna... After all of this, when letting him go means more people might turn their eyes towards you in the end?
Nobody wanted to believe me. My friend's in trouble. I can't do anything about this kid right now.
We're not going to catch him. It's dark.
Look, Sheriff, if you want to follow him, I might have hit him. There's probably a trail of blood for you to follow.
Jesse
So
leaves Jesse leaves the cave.
You want to give us a fucking death sentence? Your other friends? Just because this guy's fast and we decided to have some compassion? And Maisie's gonna book it.
Victoria and Finley are re-arriving at this point to hear the end of this argument. Jesse is heading in the direction of the kid? Or
He's
in the
just heading
direction of
out into
town?
the dark. He doesn't know where he's going. He's going out into the dark, and he's hoping to find Harlow.
Yeah, Jesse's walking out into the darkness. There's some arguing happening.
Is there a campfire?
Yeah.
Maisie will grab one of the logs that's on fire, by the edge, like a stick that's a little bit thinner, and run out after Jesse.
What is going on? What just happened?
Well, the old dog just took off.
Yeah, what just happened is we've all been duped. Should have killed that sucker when you had the chance, and now he's gone. I don't have the firepower to help, and I gotta go now to help Jonah.
And sunrise is coming up pretty soon, and we can either hit the road now or sit in this cave, but I can't be running around the countryside searching for this guy.
I need your help, so whatever you need to do, I'll go with you, or we'll stay here until... Well, it's dark now. We might as well get to another cover.
They're never gonna forgive us if we don't follow them. Just so you know.
We don't have a choice. They're not catching him. There's no way.
It's fast. Yeah, he's probably already gone at this point.
Chasing him is probably a death sentence for all of us.
Well, we have information about what he looks like, so a bounty can get put on his head.
Willie,
need
maybe
a lot more
go from there.
firepower.
Willie, could you
Yeah.
maybe drop another charcoal drawing of the Arlo kid from memory, maybe, and then we could pass that out.
You know what? That really grinds my gears. He used my art against me, and that is just not right.
He's all kinds of low.
Yeah, I guess I could do that. I could draw a picture of what he looks like as a boy, and then they could hang it up.
Yeah.
It needs to be wanted.
As soon as
Dead.
that thing hits every town wanted for murder, he's gonna lose a lot of his ability to blend in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to say that I told y'all so, but that is not the case. But
I will not say
look,
it.
I'll
I
accept
will hum
defeat.
Look,
I
I
will
love to
accept
be
defeat.
wrong. I love to be proven wrong, but just this time I was unfortunately right.
He's just
I'm
a
sorry.
kid. I just thought maybe we could give him a chance, but
He's also one of the
He had
biggest
me a little
assholes
bit.
I've ever met.
yeah, that's true.
He had me a little bit.
Not me.
And I think the camera kind of pulls up a little bit. We see eventually people dispersing to the locations they need to go to. We see the sun come up. We eventually see Jesse Richards and Maisie arriving back into town empty-handed, tired. We know that Willie and Luther, at least, will be leaving to help Jonah. We know that Jonah has been imprisoned, and he doesn't have many days left in that cell before they do execute. As Willie and Luther are preparing to leave, who's coming with? Who says goodbye? And what does that look like?
I'll go up to Jesse and be like, "Look, Jesse, I'm sorry. I was a bit of a hothead. I know you've gone through a lot right now. I cannot help in this situation right now. I will come back. We will do our best to get these wanted posters out. Uh, and I will come back. Just we'll figure out a way if you still need help. But my friend's being executed soon."
Yeah, I understand. Go help Jonah. He needs you.
Be careful, man. The kid's powerful.
Do not let him talk you out of it a second time.
I won't let that happen.
I know you won't.
No. Fool me once.
You could come with us, Maisie.
I'm afraid if I leave Jesse here, he's gonna be too nice to somebody and get killed. So,
That's possible.
I think I'm gonna hang out here for a little bit, as long as the sheriff doesn't mind.
All right, we'll
Someone
come
like
back.
him.
If anybody can catch a wily werewolf, it's Jonah, so.
That is an excellent point. All of the more reason why y'all gotta get to getting and save that man.
Yeah, we don't have time. Any more time.
Well, I'll come with. I don't see why I shouldn't. Probably need all the help you can get.
All right.
Finley, maybe you can trust me just a little bit more now.
Oh, listen. Okay, it was one time. It's been a moment since I've been around you, Luther. Look, I'll trust you a little bit more.
Just a little bit more. That's all.
Just a little, a smidge.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Victoria says, well, I think I should maybe even the teams, and looks at Maisie and Jesse. Maybe I stay here, finish this story?
Well, you certainly know the right questions to ask. I'll be glad to have you.
I think you're just the bee's knees and absolutely a delight to be around, so by all means.
I can't confirm that she is indeed.
You might be a little biased.
Just slightly.
I'm sure Regina will be very happy that I'm staying.
Yeah, whatever is
Oh.
you need to write to me whatever is going on. I don't think I didn't notice the other story that's happening there that's brewing. So
I don't know, you mean?
Okay. I'll
We're gonna talk about that later over a drink.
I'll turn to Jesse, and I'll sort of just like put a hand on his shoulder, and I'll just look at him. And I'll be like, "I'm sorry that we couldn't give this kid a second chance."
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You tried, and that's all that really matters. Just keep that in mind the next time you see him.
I will.
You're doing really good stuff in this town.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, one murder is not going to change the entire state of the world. So now you know. You just keep doing what you do best.
Right, we grow from our mistakes.
Yeah.
We certainly do.
Till next time, then.
We'll be back.
Yeah, and with that, our party splits. We see Jesse, Victoria, and Maisie staying in town, putting up these posters, looking in the woods, looking in the cave, trying to figure out what their next move is. We see Finley, Lily, and Luther get into a carriage and begin heading back to that goddamn prison to save that goddamn man. And that is where our story ends today.
Well, I like that a lot.
Damn, we lost.
I
Yeah.
know.
I
That
love
feels
it.
bad.
No, I
I
love
should have
it.
just let Luther eat him.
No,
Yeah.
It would have been a half an hour.
Jeez. Okay. Oh no.
Oh no.
Come back, camera.
Oh,
Okay.
Harry said I
Oh.
can't do it anymore, actually.
Yeah.
All right.